I almost just cut my freaking hand. Break it in half. Still really hot. I really shouldn't be eating this until it cools down. This is definitely a day of I've never made and recording it, and it's involving sweet potatoes. I just realized that. It says it was supposed to rain today. Apparently it's actually like sunny, so I'm hoping it stays sunny. It does say it's gonna rain a little bit. Of course in the afternoon it's gonna rain a lot. I did just want to run a few errands today. I have to drop off my coffee. I have an espresso coffee and I have Keurig coffee. An espresso coffee, they give you like a recyclable bag and it's pretty cool. You just drop it off, all the pods that you're using, and then they just, I guess, recycle them. I'm also making a new muffin recipe. First time ever. I'm just gonna combine it with one of my old recipes and see how it's gonna come out. So I'm making sweet potato muffins. I'm gonna make my green shake. I usually like to use Teras whey vanilla protein, but the place I usually go to is just out of it. So I went with this one. I don't like it nearly as much, and it has just a little bit more of additives to it, I noticed. The Teras whey is a lot more natural and organic and everything. That's why I like it. It's not like your typical protein shake filled with a lot of stuff. But for now, this one's good. I like to just have everything. If I'm going to have any type of dairy, I like to have grass-fed. I'm going to get to making it because it's my absolute favorite. I made a video on how to make my green shake, make it without the matcha. So usually I just freeze bananas beforehand. So just half of a banana, just one strawberry. I do 3 ice cubes. I'm gonna make this quick because Mio's getting fussy. And then I do about roughly half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. Just keep in mind, less liquids in this will make it more of a smoothie or milkshakey frozen type of shake, and obviously the more liquid you add, it just becomes more smoother and liquidy. I like mine to be a little bit more frozen. Anyone that follows me on Instagram knows I'm spinach obsessed. And then I do a decent handful of spinach, maybe 2. So I guess that's probably 1 cup of spinach. And I only do about, I don't do a full scoop, I do half of a scoop, just because dairy kind of upsets my stomach a little bit. I wouldn't consider myself dairy-free because I still am using dairy, but I try to eliminate it as much as possible in my diet just because I have a bunch of tummy issues from it. Ever since I became postpartum, I used to have it every single day along with eggs, and now both of those really bother my stomach for whatever reason. I have no idea. I'm gonna just show you guys the consistency of this one. It looks like it came out pretty good. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It came out perfect. This literally tastes like a dessert, but it's actually, obviously you saw what was in it. Really good for you. If you struggle with greens, I suggest making this. For a 2-hour wake period and a 2-hour nap. She usually does 2 to 3 naps a day, 2 solid 2-hour naps, and then if I feel like she needs a third one, a quick 45 to maybe an hour cat nap, then I do that. I'm trying to keep her on a really strict schedule right now. We transitioned her into her crib and we've been using the nested bean sack, and so far she's been, I don't even want to say it, but really good. Don't want to jinx myself because I probably just did. But as for my sweet potato muffins, I always get nervous making the recipe for the first time, but I'm just going to take my spinach cup recipe and just substitute out the bananas and spinach with sweet potatoes. But I'm thinking of the consistency. I don't know how much sweet potatoes I really should put. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna check my sweet potatoes. They look like they're almost done. I like to bake my sweet potatoes as long as possible. I give myself a 2-hour mark, I guess I should say. The longer they're in there, the sweeter and better your sweet potato is going to be. I also got this blanket from Lulu and Company. Again, she's like my favorite for baby products. But this is like just like a really, really soft underneath, and then just like a gray, a really pretty gray. All right, I'm probably gonna put her down for her nap, and then after that, try to play around with my sweet potato muffins, and then I'm gonna go just do a small workout. I don't do really anything that crazy anymore. I just don't have the energy for it, but I always try to make it like a goal out of my day to like move my body. I just feel so much better. But right now I'm like not feeling like doing it, but I'm gonna force myself because I know I'm gonna feel better throughout the rest of my day. She becomes very vocal when she's tired. She is. I was able to train her to find her own binky. If you ever want to do this with your baby, just keep putting her binkies, like a whole bunch, just like right here. You can see she grabbed it. Knows how to put her binky in her mouth now in the middle of the night, which saves time. Using that with your baby, just put like a whole bunch on the side, and eventually, or like whatever side, and they'll like feel them eventually, and then just put them in their mouth. So I ended up doing a cup and a half of the baked sweet potatoes. Unfortunately, that's all I have. That's all those sweet potatoes made. So hopefully it's the perfect amount. Here's how the batter looks. I really wanted to add like nutmeg or like all ground spice to it, but I just left it to the exact recipe as the spinach cups without banana or spinach, obviously. So here's how they look. You guys are gonna firsthand see whether or not this is gonna be a really good recipe or a really bad recipe. Alright, so I finished my little run and ab workout. I just ran about 1.5 miles and then did some ab work, and that only took maybe like 20 minutes top. I'm out of breath. But I feel so much better now that I did it. Like I said, some days I do more, other days I just do something small, but it feels good just to move your body. I'm about to pull out the not pumpkin, sweet potato muffins. Look pretty good. They're sinking. Nope, they're good. I just want to apologize in advance if you're vegan, just kind of skip past this part, but I just wanted to recommend the type of meat that me and Gino use. This is called Butcher Box, and it's like an all organic brand. All their animals are like grain-free, grass-fed, obviously organic, and I swear there is definitely a difference in texture and taste with this meat. But the best part about it is it's a monthly subscription, so you pick what you want inside your box, and it comes right to your door every single month, so you don't have to worry about anything ever being bad from the grocery store or anything like that. Okay, I'm gonna do a live taste test. I'm not gonna eat a full muffin, because I kind of wanted to save it for later, but I'm really curious of how they taste. Kind of looking for a small one here. Alright, so this is what they look like. I hope you can see it. Break it in half. Still really hot. I really shouldn't be eating this until it cools down. That's freaking good. If you like sweet potatoes, that's what it tastes like. Sweet, obviously. I could never be one of those like Food Network people that like talk and like can like explain how it tastes, but I really like it. It tastes good. And it's good for you. Okay, so I fed Mila. She had an entire jar of food. I'm so proud of her. And in this one I made spinach, Honeycrisp apples, bananas. I feel like I had something else in there, but I can't remember, and I already threw away the tag. So I just have a few returns that I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna drop off the Nespresso pods and probably grab a coffee. Okay, so I went and got my coffee. This is the red velvet latte. I only get like one pump in there. So it's just because I don't like coffee that's too sweet. And I realized that I forgot my receipt. I have to go to Home Depot, and I forgot my receipt for the item that I have to return. So now I'm back home. I just wanted to show you guys what the coffee looks like because it's like pink. It's pretty cool. And my lipstick stain. Look at that. It's not too bad of a flavor, but I usually like caramel. That's like my go-to. But I wanted to like try it before it went out of season. It's currently 1:37 and Mila just went down for her nap. So I'm just, ooh, oh my god, I almost just cut my freaking hand. It got me a little bit. So I'm just making a salad real quick. I really should make chicken with it, but I don't feel like cooking all of it right now, and it's still a little bit frozen, so I'm just gonna make like a little veggie salad for now. This is definitely a day of I've never made and recording it, and it's involving sweet potatoes. I just realized that. But I'm cutting up some sweet potatoes just raw right now and cutting them up into these little cubes. And what I think I'm gonna do is make like a little tot. So with that being said, I think I'm going to put my oven on maybe like 450 and bake them, and just keep an eye on them because I want them to get a little crispy. I feel like I made too many sweet potatoes. Probably just end up baking some of these for Mila, because Mila loves sweet potatoes. Alright, I think I'm just gonna do like this much, and then I'll just bake all these for Mila. Make more baby food. So Mila is up right now. She's actually right over there, so if you hear any like banging or rattling, it's just her right next to you, right next to the camera. But I have my pan actually heating up first. So what this is gonna do is just gonna make sure that like as soon as the sweet potato tots go on there, they're actually gonna start sizzling and cooking. So that's in there. And now I'm trying to like think of like a side. I had mushrooms, but they smelled like, honestly, they smelled like urine. So I threw those out. And now I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to do. So I wanted to originally do like peppers, broccoli, onions, stir fry, but don't have peppers, don't have mushrooms, but I have broccoli and I have onions. So avocado oil on top of the sweet potato fries. Just a little fun fact, whenever you're getting an oil, you want to make sure that it either says expeller pressed or cold pressed. So this avocado oil was cold pressed, so that's good. So what that pretty much just means is when it was processed, it wasn't processed in like high heat and like making it all bad. I'm just gonna salt and pepper them too. A little bit of garlic powder too. And a little parsley flakes. I feel like parsley just makes any type of dish just look that much better when you put it on there. Especially like dried parsley flakes, it's not obviously as distinct of a flavor as like fresh parsley would be on it. So this is what dinner is looking like so far. I wanted to end up baking this chicken, but it wasn't fully defrosted. I've had it out like all morning, so I just had to like chop it in half and like try to defrost it under some water. But this is probably the quickest way. And then the little sweet potato tots actually came out perfect just in the oven like this. So I'll show you guys once everything's done. You can probably tell it's the next day because I just hopped out of the shower. I have no dinner to show you because everything burnt, and yeah, I'm not gonna show you that. So what happened, the chicken wasn't just fully thawed. Like, I have no idea why. I had it out on the counter all day and it was still a little bit frozen inside. It wasn't even like how I made it, wasn't even how I wanted to make it. So I just thought it would have been okay pan-seared, but it wasn't. So it wasn't cooking right. It was unevenly cooked, really dried out, burnt on the outside, mess. And so I wasn't going to show you that. And the sweet potatoes, they came out, they tasted really good, but I just thought they would have needed a lot more time, so I didn't bother to like check on them as quick as I needed to, I guess. So they're like half burnt on one side. The sweet potato muffin recipe too, I think I might tweak it a little bit. Like, I want to try to figure out how to make them a little bit more puffier, and I might add like nutmeg or allspice to them just to like create a little bit more of a flavor. I'm gonna put the recipe in the description box of like exactly what I made in case you may like them, but they're just like a little bit more gushy, I guess. Taste wise, they're really good. Hoping you can see them, but they're just, I mean, I liked them, but I want to see if I can make them a little bit more puffed up, so I might add maybe like, I don't know, something to them. But if you still want to make them, you can. I'm really hungry, so I need to make my lunch, but I hope you enjoyed just watching me throughout my day and watching, I guess, epic fails, not epic fails, but of just cooking. But don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and there's a bell icon on the bottom of this video also. Once you click and enable it, then you'll get all notifications whenever I post a new video. But thank you so much for watching.